Hello everyone, today is Wednesday, July 3rd. It's 2:57 p.m. The futures markets closed early today because of July 4th weekend. So the crude oil is still open, so I'm using that for the time and sales here. You can see it's now 2:58 on the time and sales. The crude trading at 57.26. Really great day for the Autotrader. My charts traded in live simulation. And just want to share that with you. Most all of my charts, I have gone to one contract to show the Autotrader can be traded with smaller counts, so you can use your imagination to multiply contracts and see how much you would have made. I mean, I could easily show this trading 10 contracts and a big profit, but I don't. I try to keep it as realistic as possible. First up is the E-mini S&P and a Super Renko 6 tick. This is using our line break logic. So line break is actually a rule or a filter, if you will, and that lined up with the opening range filter here. So this gave us a long bias, and this trade was beautiful right off the open. And it basically hit its goal. The goal on this one is 375, so we had 2 ticks of slippage. The only time we use a market order is when we hit our goal. Everything else would be a limit order. Your entries, always a limit order, and anytime you have a profit target like this is a limit order. It's put in there to get filled at the price of the profit target. Okay, the E-mini S&P on a Super Renko 4 tick with a Super Renko 8 higher time frame, a goal of 450. And a target of 32 ticks. This started out with a small loser here, drew down about 150, so about a 3-point or 12 tick stop loss here, and then came back with 2 winners in a row and did 362.50 for the. Okay, the idea of trading a smaller time frame with a filter such as a higher time frame is proving to be pretty valid. This is a chart I haven't been plotting too long, but it started out with a loser and drew down about $200 on a single contract, and then came back with 3 winners in a row. You can see them right here, here, and here, and hit its goal of 375 with no slippage. It's a limit order with a 3-tick pullback, and you can see on this chart we have no problem getting filled. Now these are regular Renko bars, so I have the sensitivity on this set at 2, and that allows the precision trend to filter out some of the noise. Okay, next is a Super Renko 4 tick on the E-mini S&P with a goal of 400. And it's a limit order with a 2-tick pullback. There's no higher time frame on this, just the opening range filter on this one. And this took a trade. This one actually I set to start trading at 3 a.m. to see how this might do in the night session. And so it took a trade about an hour after 3 a.m. and hit its goal in a single trade right here. Okay, a beautiful trade on the DAX 150 Heiken Ashi tick chart. This is using the open and range filter set to the time of 9:30, the US Open. And you can see how that acted pretty well as support right here. And we took this long trade. Didn't really take too much heat, just a few ticks. And this did 475 on the rally into 4th of July. A few days ago on one of the forecast videos, I commented that I expected the E-mini S&P to hit 3,000 and rally into the 4th of July. Holidays like this are often bullish, so not really surprised by this. The goal on this is 500, so market order hitting its goal. It's a limit order with a 5-tick pullback. I think this used to be 8 ticks, but I lowered it just a little bit. And really respectable performance on the DAX 150 Heiken Ashi, which has been a very consistent and reliable setup. Same thing with the DAX on the Superenco 14 tick, and this also I've been trading starting at 9:30 p.m. and this caught the run here and did 712.50. The goal on this is 750 with a loss limit of 550. Limit order with a 4-tick pullback. Remember, I used to show this with 2 contracts and a $2,000 goal, and it was very reliable then, and it's still reliable as a single contract trading the US session. The crude oil on a Superenco 8 tick is a really consistent chart, but today it was stopped out for a loss of 460 on a single contract. So it basically got whipsawed here. But this underscores the benefit of, say, trading off the open, taking a bias to the market, and let's say a pullback here, going long here. This could have made your day if you were trading longs only. Okay, next up is the NASDAQ on a 1597 Heikin-Ashi chart. The drawdown here was only about $200, and there was 3 losers and 2 winners, and yet it still hit its goal of 500 and had some slippage. Okay, the DAX on a Superenco 6 tick using only the open range filter, starting at the 930 bar right here. Started off with a couple of losers, and the drawdown was about $300. And then it came back with this really solid winner and another winner after that, and ended up finishing at 412.50. The goal on this is 550, so just shy of its goal. Trading a single contract, a limit order with a pullback of 4 ticks. Okay, the NASDAQ on a 5-minute chart with our open range filter. Not sure why it didn't get filled here, perhaps because it's still below the open here and also the look back. But we did get filled here and had 2 winners back to back and did 400, just shy of our 550 goal. Very reliable DAX on a 377 Heikin-Ashi chart, trading at 9:30. Starting trading at 9:30, the U.S. session. Once again, hit its goal in a single trade, 1 contract. The goal on this is 500. It did 450, so had a couple of ticks of slippage. And I've noted a couple of times this pullback of 8 ticks manages to get hit on this chart. And so this is just a real solid performer. Okay, the E-mini S&P on a Superenco 4 tick, using our open range filter, is going long only above the open. Had 2 trades here and did 300. The goal on this is 375. And each target is, each trade is only going for 12 ticks. I should probably make this 16 ticks so that 2 trades would hit our goal. And it's only a limit order with a 1-tick pullback and a higher time frame filter of Superenco 4 with a higher sensitivity. This chart has done pretty well. Okay, the NASDAQ on a 150 Heikin-Ashi chart did 480. The goal on this is 500, so definitely hit its goal. Trading a single contract, limit order, 3-tick pullback, and a higher time frame filter of Superenco 10. So this was moderately active. I mean, really only half a dozen trades perhaps. And the drawdown was very minimal, only about less than $50. And so the open range filter kept it to the long side only, along with the higher time frame filter. Looks like we missed a few trades. Probably we didn't get filled on our limit order, and money management kept, got us stopped out here. So perhaps the money management on this could be improved. Okay, the E-mini S&P on a regular 5-Renko chart has always been good for us. This has a higher time frame filter of Superenco 8 and a goal of 450. And so well shy of its goal, it only had a single trade here. Okay, the NASDAQ on a 987 tick Heikin-Ashi chart had 2 trades, a winner and a loser, and ended up with 2 winners and a loser, and probably still hit its goal. Goal being 500, it did 495. So nicely done. Notice support and resistance, as I've been saying, the mantra here is natural. Support and resistance in the market is always volume at price. And so you can kind of see it here and then here. And there's many examples if you want to go back on the chart. But this volume in the night session obviously was support here. The developing point of control going to the upside can help you determine direction. Just a simple indicator like this, the BWT volume profile, showing you the high and low of the value area and point of control can be very useful. Okay, the E-mini S&P on just a regular 4 range chart with our open range filter took a trade 5 minutes after the open and hit its goal, which is 400. So we had a couple ticks of slippage with our market order. This one is actually trading 2 contracts. I didn't change it. Okay, the crude on a Superenco 4 tick with a higher time frame filter of Superenco 6 has a goal of 450, and this was moderately active today. Looks like it drew down less than $125 and recovered and finished at 320. Okay, the E-mini S&P on a Superenco 4 tick, starting trading at 1230, has a goal of 350, and it did 1250 for the day. You can see this trade very late in the day. It's also using our line break logic. Normally I run this on a 6 tick chart, but I thought I'd try it on a 4 tick, and it didn't disappoint. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching.